going on, everybody? This is Jay from Maji and Jay, and today we're going to be talking about the Cubot X9, and this is the model that I got from pandawood.com. And for those who remember, I did mention that this device goes for $149 on the unboxing video, but it's actually $135 after a coupon of $15. The coupon code is going to be provided down below on the description. That way you guys can check it out if you wish to do so. So what we got here, guys, is a very impressive phone that, as we can see, it is very similar to the iPhone 6. As a matter of fact, I have here the Goophone i6. This is the clone that I got from iBaby888, and here we can compare how similar they are in body. On the top, you can see that we have very similar curves. On the right side, we have very similar buttons as well. On the left side, we're going to have pretty much a plain side here for the Cubot X9, and then on the iPhone 6, we have the vibrator. We also got the volume rockers up and down. Now also, we can notice that on the bottom, the charging ports, the speakers, everything is very, very similar. On the top, we got the 3.5mm headphone jack for the Cubot X9. So with that being said, on the back, we're going to have a 30 megapixel sensor camera. We have the LED flash, the Cubot logo, and we can see that the back is made of polycarbonate, but it actually feels very nice and solid. Inside, we're going to have a 2200 milliamp battery, which is working quite well. I was surprised to see that this device went over a day without having to charge it, and that was with moderate use, like using the GPS, the browser, some game playing, and also using some applications from the system. And now, talking about the operating system, this is going to be running the latest for the Kitkat, which is the 4.4.4. After this, it was the Android Lollipop, and we're going to confirm that here on settings. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, we can actually see that yes, it is the Android 4.4.4. Now, this is amazing for a $135 device. Also comes with the MTK6592M. It is clocked at 1.4 gigahertz, and yes, it is an octa-core processor. It has 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of internal storage. And as we can tell, this is running some sort of launcher here that looks very similar to ColorOS with a tornado effect. Now, I can't lie to you guys. I've seen some lags on this launcher, and that's with this tornado effect. I've seen it many times before. So if you guys don't want any lags, I would just recommend installing another launcher like Nova Launcher. It is great for this phone. Also, we can once again confirm that this is the Kitkat version because I have installed Google Camera, and this only works for Kitkat, and above, it doesn't work with Jelly Bean or any other operating system below Kitkat. Now, the first thing we're going to do here, guys, is test the camera. Again, the back is going to be a 30 megapixel sensor. The front is an 8 megapixel sensor, and I think they actually are quite great. So please check the next footage and let me know what you guys think. Hello, what's going on, everybody? This is Jay, and here we are testing the Cubot X9 30 megapixel rear camera. And as we can tell, guys, the quality is very nice. The overall stabilization is also pretty good, even though it doesn't have optical image stabilization. But right now I'm walking, and as we can tell, it is not too jumpy. Also, the colors are very realistic, so I gotta say that for $138, it is an impressive camera. And now let's test the front-facing camera. And finally, guys, we got here the 8 megapixel sensor camera of the Cubot X9. And as we can tell, the colors are a little bit too dark, and right now here in Florida it's currently very sunny, and as we can see, it looks like it's actually the evening. And that's because of the camera quality. It is not the best, but it's going to do its job for selfies, Skype, or any other social media out there. Alrighty, guys, and there we have it for the camera test. And here, checking the UI, we can see that it is a very simple UI that we've seen many times before. If you go here into settings, we go into picture mode, we can see that right now it's at its max 13 megapixels. And also the same goes for the front-facing camera. Let's go ahead and flip it around. Here we're going to notice that if we go into settings, we go into camera options, we scroll all the way to the bottom, we can see that this is an 8 megapixel sensor, which is great. The next thing I want to show you guys is going to be the GPS test. The GPS on this device is also very strong, so please check the next footage. And again, let me know what you guys think. What's going on, YouTubers? This is Jay, and here we are testing the Cubot X9 GPS. And this time I needed to root the device and also install faster GPS to get the best signal reception, because out of the box it's not going to give you that excellent signal. So for that reason, I decided to hack it, and right now it's working like a charm. So let's go ahead and test it from inside of the house as well. Alrighty, guys, and there we have it for the GPS. And now if you open the application from inside of the house, we can see that right now it is locking a signal. I just opened it and closed it, but it takes about, I would say, the most 30 to 40 seconds to lock a signal. So yes, the GPS is working quite well. If you guys want to get a faster signal reception, especially outside, I would just recommend rooting the device and installing faster GPS. This way you ensure that you don't have to wait, more than a minute to get a GPS locking. And with that being said, this phone also came pre-installed with many Google applications. So we can see we have Play Store, YouTube. If you go here into the system tray, we can see that we have Hangouts, we have Google Chrome, Drive, YouTube, and YouTube right now is working quite well. Let's see if we can play one of my videos. Right now I'm connected here only to 3G. Let's go into my uploads. And this device, have in mind guys, that it's only going to support 3G with AT&T in the USA and not T-Mobile. You can still use it for talk and text, but the web is going to be extremely slow, and that's because you're only going to get Edge. Here I have one of my latest videos, and it does support up to 720p. As we have a 5-inch, it is a 5-point multi-touch screen with a resolution of 1280 by 720 pixels, and yes, it is an IPS OGS.
Try Unsloppy Joe's.
So here we're going to confirm that. Quality, we can see that we can go up to 720p, which is definitely a plus. Now I forgot to mention that on the bottom here we have the menu key, the home key, and also the back key. Now between the menu key and the home key, we do have a notification LED light on the bottom. It's not going to be on the top. Then of course on the top you're going to have the ear speaker, the 8 megapixel sensor camera, which as you guys saw already, it is working quite well. So I gotta give this device a rating of a 9 out of a 10. The reason I give it a 9 is because the back is made of polycarbonate. I mean, I really don't mind it guys, but I wish it had the same construction as the iPhone 6. That would have made this device absolutely outstanding. But considering the price is only $135, it is very affordable, and I think that everybody that buys this device is going to be very satisfied, especially with 2 gigabytes of RAM. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is go ahead and play here with some applications and games so that you guys can see the overall performance of this device. So make sure you guys enjoy it. Alrighty guys, and there we have it for the performance of this device, and as we can see, it is working quite well. The next thing we're going to check out here is going to be the flashlight. Here we're going to go ahead and power on so that we can see that the flashlight is quite competitive. It is very strong, as we can notice. The next thing we're going to be testing here is going to be the Bluetooth. So let's go ahead and pair to it. Here I have my little Bose speaker like always. Let's power on, and right now it's in Perry mode. Now let's go here into settings. Let's go into Bluetooth. And then let's wait here until it reads it. I believe I have paired with it before. Usually takes about, I would say 10 to 15 seconds at the most. In this case, it took about 4. So it all depends on what device you're pairing with. Usually with the Bose Soundlink Mini, it pairs very fast. And here we can see that right now it's trying to connect. Connecting. And finally, it has connected. So that was very fast. Let's go here into audio profiles. Let's go into general, voice call ringtone, and let's check the quality. Very responsive. And now let's test here the speaker itself. The speaker on the bottom is not going to be the loudest, guys. I have to admit, but at least it's going to do its job. And for being here on the bottom and not the back of the device, I think it's actually quite impressive. Also, just so that you guys know, this device is going to be about 8.3 millimeters thick. And as we can notice, it is quite different from the iPhone. We can actually notice there the difference is basically on the glass. This device, when it comes to the body, it is quite similar to the iPhone 6 clone. But the iPhone 6 clone has the 1:1 size to the original. So here we can notice that yes, it is a little bit thicker. And also guys, have in mind that this came with a case. So this is definitely a plus here in the USA, because we know that accessories are very limited. And also came with a screen protector, even though I have one installed. But again, accessories are always a plus, and for the price, I think that was actually quite nice. Now here we have the OTG. This device does support OTG, and we're going to try to test it right now. Let me go ahead and plug this here on the bottom. There we go. We're going to see here on the bottom, it's going to read it pretty soon right now. Let's go ahead and kill this. And right now it's reading it as a damaged memory, and that's because we don't have a TF card installed. But here you can see guys that yes, it is currently working, and this is also a plus. That means that you can connect mice, keyboards, and many other accessories that you guys wish to use it with. Alrighty guys, and with that being said, the next thing we're going to do here is go ahead and test the browser. Right now on the top, as you guys can see, I am connected with Straight Talk with H+, so that's considered 3G here in the USA. Have in mind that this is not going to support 3G with T-Mobile, and that's because this is only a WCDMA 850 and 2100. In order to get 3G with T-Mobile, you need one extra band, which is the 1900 for WCDMA. If you don't have that available, it is not going to work. So here, let's go ahead and open the browser, and we're going to open here the first website, which is youtube.com. And like I like to say guys, this is not going to be 4G LTE, but for the most part, it's going to do its job, and you guys are going to be very satisfied. Let's go ahead and open another website here called eBay. And as you guys can see, again, it is quite fast. Nothing too slow here. And then let's open Panda Will, which is the provider for this particular model. And as you guys know, Panda Will, it is extremely responsible when it comes to shipping method. I got this within 3 days from China, and that was with the processing time, it was extremely fast. And here we can see that again, the page loaded, and here we can see the website for Panda Will. So everything is working well when it comes to the browser. And now the next thing we're going to do here is perform a phone call test, so that way you guys can check the ear speaker quality and also the loudspeaker. So let's go ahead and dial 611. Now let's place it on loudspeaker. Let's put it all the way to the max.
For English, press 1. Para español, presione 0.
What I like about the loudspeaker is that it is very nice and clear. Let's go ahead and test the ear speaker now. So there you guys can hear that yes, the ear speaker is working quite well. So I was impressed to see that as well guys, because when I was in traffic, or let's say outside making a phone call with wind noise, it was actually performing quite well. The speaker was very loud, so you don't have to worry about getting a poor quality speaker. And the last thing we're going to do here is go ahead and weight the device, so that way you guys can check here how many grams this weighs, and it's going to be about 123 the last time I checked. And here we can see that it is actually 126. So this is a very light device, and I think that a lot of that has to do with the actual construction of the body. Now, something I noticed about this phone is that it does heat up a little bit, especially with the tests. When I did gaming tests, GPS tests, I noticed that on the back, especially around this area, it gets warm a little bit, not too much. But I just wanted to let you guys know so that way you're aware of it. And other than that, guys, this device so far doesn't have any cons except that it doesn't support 3G with T-Mobile. But I wasn't expecting that because for $135 it's still very economical. And I think I have covered everything. And like always, if you guys do have any questions, please don't forget to comment down below. Like the video, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.